Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready, back 180.
Mike, 58, right there. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. And that time, the tackle by Malik Hooker.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Alpha! Hey, I'm going to go load it.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
White! Hey, echo!
58's the money. 58's the money. Watch the slant. 58, boys. 58. 58's Mike. Gotta do better.
Hey, Delta!
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He's got a rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
To throw, Rivers. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
Hey, Zoo!
53's the
White, 80, 59!
3rd and long for Rivers. And he's going to go down again.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
Let's go, son.
take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Check out!
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Here's the 2nd year back out of NC State, Naheem Hines. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Check out!
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
11Z!
Now a give, right side. It's Hines. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the eye. Check. Fresno.
One man. Hurry.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
That looked like a 2-deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there.
Check four.
On first down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now a toss play. It's Hines. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On third down, it's Hines. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, it's Gordon. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Rivers, open man, it's Allen. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Back.
Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. And right side, Henry's got it. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Matchbox lights. White, 85.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Black 15.
All day, baby, all day. Hey, check 24.
White, 85.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. They find some open field here. 31 yards there to first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Now Rivers throw into the hands of Gordon. Room to run again. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to the back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
I'm coming after you.
To throw is Rivers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. He's going to be marked down very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
This is fielded at the goal line. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at
A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Mexico.
57.
On second down now, it's Hines. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
58, boy, 58, Mike.
I got you.
Throwing on third down, Luck. This one complete to Devin Funchess. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Check.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Desmond King making the tackle. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
11.
Watch twist.
Cover.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Check out. 40.
Hey, watch the slant.
12.
Hold the loop. Let's 57.
From the gun on third down, Luck. And he connects with Ebron. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now a give, right side. Hines. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. The Colts on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On third down, it's Hines, and he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Line 40! 58 right there. If you don't get this 11B, hey, good.
Rush in.
Whoa.
They'll try the air now with Locke. That ball caught by Funchess. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Colts have taken the lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
So out come the Chargers. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Well, what a break here. Turnover late in this first half, and now they're set up in field goal range already.
With a chance to get more. So what you're telling your unit as they go out onto the field is very simply this. We've got 3 in our hip pocket. Don't jeopardize that. Let's attack and go for the big one here. Let's go get 6 and give ourselves a chance to really feel good going into the half.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
He's coming. Double up.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Monday. SOS.
They run with Hines. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
The tackle by Derwin James. A gain of 7, but it's 4th down.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
He wasn't ready.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Vinatieri's kick is good. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Check 24. Check 24.
12. Reggie.
57's the Mike.
Out of the gun, Love. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. He was looking for his running back, Nyheim Hines, but it's going to be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
We're wrong. Don't be scared.
Here's Hines on a toss play. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Let's go, Mexico.
57, come on.
Now Darquan. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 21-yard line.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Watch the glass. Watch the glass. Here we go. Here we go.
Rivers to throw it. To Gordon, out left. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Rivers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Red Delta!
53.
On 3rd down, Rivers. He's got a man. It's Williams. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
That's what I do.
Check.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Man open left side. It's Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
They run it here with Gordon. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. From 17 yards out, and the Chargers have made this a one-score game. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard elsewhere, 3rd quarter down in Arizona. And the Cardinals scoring again. They've got that one in cruise control. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. Now it's Luck. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
12. Strong right.
He's checking crack.
Back to throw, Luck. Buying time was left. Looking deep for Hilton. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Come to me, it's me.
They'll try the left side. Hines.
Set the tone, defense.
Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. A shotgun snap for Luck. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 15. From the gun, Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
No game on this defense, no game.
Rivers from the gun on third down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack by Marcus Hunt.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And picked up by the Chargers. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Phillip Rivers, no stranger to fourth quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 26 times coming into this year. But work to do here if he wants to add another notch to the belt. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
A second down throw for Rivers. Flushed out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And it's complete. Henry. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with 2nd and goal coming up.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Let's make these babies crawl away.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon taking it in. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Love. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st down, it's Hines. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. 57.
From the 50, it's Long. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
you have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Ebron with it over the middle. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Check, 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 check.
They'll run for it with Hines. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
And the Colts first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
11.
Here's Hines. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Love. Eluding the pressure right. And this one complete right side to Funchess. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. On 1st down, they run again with Ware. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Dancing to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jerry Tillery brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
3rd down. 3rd and long.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Strip that ball.
Now Love. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
57 to Mike.
Here we go on 4th. Love. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Charger defense stands tall and they get the football back. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
Switch gears, switch gears.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And some room to work. Past the 20. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Go! Ready!
On first down, it's Love. Caught left side by Funchess. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Love. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. He was looking for the rookie Paris Campbell, and it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Love. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Luck now, 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Now Luck going for it all. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play and maybe the starters don't. Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you want to give. How much blood would you bleed?